This is not the way we want things to work. We don't want to be having the government being able to say, we've decided to trust this private person enough that we're going to allow him or her to create law. Normally what it means is that there's a statute out there that says nobody is supposed to be providing medical care. When they say you can't do something, there's a statute, unless some other statute gives it permission. That's where the law can trump the law, so to speak. But you have to have the power of law to give you permission to do something. Once the law says you can't do it. Well, there's no law that says a nurse may do X, Y, or Z. It's only the collaborative practice agreement. And so what happens is when a nurse and a physician enter into this collaborative practice agreement, they effectively create a new set of regulations that only affects that particular advanced practice nurse. It has the power of law to give her legal authority to do something that she would not have without it. And that's a really scary concept. But then the collaborative practice agreement, you have two private people getting together and creating law. That's not good. There's no logical way to get to the only way to protect the public is to strip practitioners of all of their rights. We got to strip your right to a fair trial. We have to strip your right to have an accuser. We have to strip your right to only have the state exercise its police power if it can show that you're dangerous. The answer is we're just going to say that you're dangerous, and we're not even going to say we're going to assume you're dangerous, but you have the chance to prove you're not. The answer is we're just going to assume you're dangerous. And that gets back to why this law needs to just go away and the nurses just need to have their own independent authority. I mean, again, they've got advanced degrees, they've got years of experience, they've passed tests, they've proven themselves. They need to be treated equally. Who's better educated? It's a false debate because they're educated to do different things. I mean, it's kind of like arguing about whether a teacher or an engineer is better educated. And I guess the answer is, do you want to teach your child long division or build a bridge? And we need some more flexibility in the system. We need some flexibility to recognize that there are some general principles that we can write down and say these apply to all the professions. How do we determine, is it the same level? Is it enough? Well, we don't really have any standard other than, can you convince a bunch of legislators that you do? The point is that if we can sit down and say, well, what if we defined what is a profession? What if we said, you know what? After 150 years of licensing professions, we should have some general principles down in the books and say, this is what constitutes a profession. If you can demonstrate that you actually have the skills that you say you have, and if you are willing to submit to proving that you're a generally honest person, well, we know that you're providing what you say you provide, and we know that you're being honest with the public about what you provide. What is the state's interest in telling people they can't have what they want?